We are the Facebook FooL Friends getting ready to kick off shortly. Like, follow, share.
I feel like those intros get like even more crazy as the time goes on. So let me put this link here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Beau to FooL, capital L here, holding it down, solo, dolo, folo, trollo, bolo, YOLO, Rolos, Rolos. Bolo. I said bolo. So I got, I'm chuckless, but that was a predetermined thing. Retta has disappeared. I'm going to have to put a milk carton out for him and Joe for now, a.k.a. Bodega Pirate. But it's okay, because I have some friends in the building. Y'all can't see them yet, but they're here. I'm not crazy, I promise. It's not like voices in my head situation. Or is it? That's when you play the spooky music. Thank you. Anyways, we got House of I here. Half of them. We got that D.
That D.
I fucking love it. And Miss Pie. I call her Pie. That's just what she is. She will always be Miss Pie. Hey, guys. Say hi, guys. Guys? You all there? Hi, guys. I can't hear you guys anymore.
Oh,
what
you can't?
Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're supposed to talk. I was telling. Hey guys.
I wasn't making sound.
Hey.
I was just mouthing.
Yeah, no. You are okay. We're on live. Say hello. Introduce yourselves.
What's up, everybody? We are House of I. My name is Daniel, and this is Elizabeth here. We're playing music and trying to figure this stuff out right now. I can curse, right? That's
This is go fucking nuts.
You're gonna run the intro?
Yes. So we're gonna go ahead and run this intro. House of I, half of them is here, as you heard. So search, if you would.
Sure, let's do that.
Hell yeah.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheel stealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
And that's all I have to say about that.
I want to do hood rat stuff with my friend. You're killing me, Smalls.
Hey, woman. Listen here.
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Don't run away from your feelings.
That was the round of applause. That was our janky ass round of applause. Yeah. All right, we are here, ladies and gentlemen, the FooL Friends. Shout out to Sheila. Hey, Sheila Trange. Tell Vic I said hi. So we have, as you see, two of the members of House of I here. We're gonna talk some smack with them, and I got some Rocket League on the alt tab here ready to go. But first, I want to thank y'all for tuning in, and go to the FooL and Friends, like, share, tell people to come chill with us, do whatever you got, tell them there's boobs. That's fine. You might be lying, but hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
No, we got boobs. We actually do. We got boobs. That's a lot. Thank y'all for letting me have y'all. We could have had y'all in the studio, but y'all had to go and get ill. So I appreciate that. Thank you. So how you feeling, buddy?
Literally about to cough. No. I'm feeling okay. I just didn't want to risk getting anyone sick in the studio. You know what I mean? Like, especially with everything going on, I feel like there's like a heightened sense of
responsibility.
Yeah, and you know, I just didn't want to do that. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna, and luckily this exists, so we can do this instead.
And the show can still go on.
Right.
So what up,
right, exactly.
Pie? How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm here, getting through, living. I am present, ladies and gentlemen.
Present.
Present. That's it.
Fantastic. So, first things first. The last time me personally, that I got to interview y'all, or at least hang out with y'all, was on Blunt Sessions. Here on Flohio Radio, the largest independent network here in Tampa, Florida. That's right, Flohio Radio. You better clip that shit. So we, I think it was during Halloween-ish, possibly. And there was a zombie song, I Wanted to Eat Your Brains. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I remember the conversation we were having. It was spooky stuff.
Yeah, and so I have to ask, you guys are working on some new material, new album is in the works. Is there going to be a zombie eating our brain song on there? I feel like you owe it to,
you know what?
to us.
That was at the top of our list. You know, we said, if we don't do this, like, to all of our fans out there, we're just going to be letting them down. Right. And, you know,
we could do that.
Honestly, we're switching to a Halloween-themed band now. So if you come out to our show, on the 11th, we're all going to be dressed up as zombies, vampires, you know, just all Halloween-themed fun stuff. We're going to be throwing pumpkins at people and stuff. So
in June.
In June.
Halloween in June. Like they say Christmas in July, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why not Halloween in June? I fuck with it, actually. It's a great idea. So the first album was dope. Loved it. So in regards to the second, how much of an influence is the first to the second? Are you guys like staying a little bit there, or just saying fuck it, let's throw a curveball?
Man, look, I think we talked about this the first time too. It's the way that we work. We typically don't have like a concept or anything. It typically happens is there's songs that we have, and we work on them throughout the year. So for example, there's certain songs that we're playing now that were written probably 2 years ago or something like that.
Gotcha.
So, you know, it's kind of like in the style of music that I'm listening to is kind of what influences me. So, for example, like some of our new stuff right now is more influenced with like synths, so like kind of like the 80s vibe and stuff like that, which is also it's also kind of like popular, I would say. Like a lot of bands are doing that, but I've been listening to a lot of like Tears for Fears, and all that old school shit, the Smiths and stuff. So
some Durans.
Yeah, literally
Depeche
like
modes.
Yes, exactly. So that's
Depeche
been
a la mode.
Depeche of one mode right now. Depression.
Right. Depression mode. Depression mode.
Depressed mode. Dude, depressed mode.
Guys, I'm just depressed.
Right, just straight to depressed. Fuck it, we're here. So, on this next album, do you guys have any like guests or anything? Any features? Any people that like are you know?
Unless you want to bring up Jared.
I mean, if it's secret, I don't want to blow no secrets.
No,
Yeah.
Well, we have we do have plans of working with people. The thing is, it's like we did that before, but it was like maybe one or two people that kind of helped us with things. So typically the way that we work is like if we can do it ourselves, then we just kind of do it ourselves. But if there's like an idea, like let's say someone can actually play like a trumpet or maybe a saxophone or something, then at that point I'd go, let me talk to someone. So a good example of that would be Sheldon Cooper. We've been talking to him to possibly add saxophone to a song. So that hasn't happened yet, but it's, I want it to happen. I have an idea for that, but generally speaking, it's probably going to be just one or two people, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's understandable. It's understandable.
Yeah.
So you got the show coming up next week, July 11th. I mean June.
Right.
June 11th.
Right.
At, what is it called? New World Brewery.
New World Brewery. Yeah.
Okay, and that's an Ybor, right?
No, this one is in Tampa actually.
It's close to Ybor.
I think it's close, but it's not the I don't think it's a different location than the one that was there before.
Okay. All right.
It's not in Ybor, but it's close. It is close.
And that's cool. We'll be there for sure. So,
word.
Is there any like inspirational quotes you got for me right now?
Yeah, I do, man. Fuck it, bro. Fuck it.
I feel like just because it's random and random is always good. So,
right.
So you have any inspirational quotes? Not inspirations, not artists, not genres. No. Do you have any inspirational quotes?
Bro, honestly, dude, the way I live my life, I don't even know a single quote. Honestly.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott.
Wayne
Thank
Gretzky.
you. Thank you. Wayne Gretzky. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, okay, Ellie, what right now is there like a particular song of yours on the upcoming album that you're a big fan of as the drummer?
That's a very good question, Beau. My God. Look at you.
Try.
I would say that when you guys hear it eventually, but Mi Vida,
okay,
my life, Mi Vida, has turned into like my favorite. It's really fun to play. It's loose, which is like my style. So yeah, I would say that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't know what's happening, bro.
Like, am I coming from over here?
You don't know. You don't know.
And what about you, Danny? Is there one of the songs that you're like, yo, I destroyed that shit. Like, I can't wait to play this for somebody.
No, I'm actually deathly afraid to play all these songs. I think, for me, I think they're all horrible.
Good. Low bar. If it comes out the gate mediocre, already you're winning.
No, it's funny, man, because there's songs that we have that at first I'm like, this song could potentially be a really cool song to play with the band. And then when we first start learning the song, it's always like you just go, I'm not sure now. And I kind of think it's not that great. But then you just have to give it some time for everyone to really solidify their their parts or whatever. Right. And then after that happens, then typically I start coming around to okay, this is actually a pretty cool song. And then at that point, I'm like, all right, this is good enough to present to the world and whatnot. I mean, that's just me being crazy, but
so you're saying you don't have a specific song right now that you're in love with, right?
No, not necessarily. There is one though that we haven't worked on or recorded yet that I'm really excited to learn with the band, but that's like a new song, and it's like I said, it's kind of based off of, or rather inspired by that 80s kind of style. So
true. Yeah. So now is there you keep going with the 80s. So top 3 that right now are this gives me life. This seasoning for this right here.
The top 3 artists?
Yes.
All right. So if you haven't heard of them, so right now I've been listening to a lot of this band called Alaska, which it's a weird name. It's literally Alaska and then Alaska, like together.
Gotcha.
So they're not an 80s band, but they have like an 80s style influence. But they're like a band that I've been listening to a lot, and I really like them. Yeah, they're from the UK. They're kind of like an up and coming band. Another band that I really like a lot is Crumb. They're amazing. They're awesome. And they're more like psych rock, like kind of like I would say like a more vibey version of us, I would say. You know?
Y'all are pretty vibey too. So like, you know.
they're like drop. They're like stoner, like almost like stoner psych rock, like not even rock. I would say that I don't even think it's considered.
I think
rock.
stoner rock is good.
Yeah,
I think that makes sense.
Stoner rock, maybe. And then the third, man, you know what? I've been listening to a lot of jazz, which is like really posh of me to say. I feel.
Nah, it's just you can't. It sucks because I understand with jazz, like a couple big names and shit, but overall it's just like it's fucking jazz.
Yeah,
it's good.
You feel cool, when you listen to it. You're just like, bro, I can fucking.
The only problem is it's like you feel like you gotta have some liquor or like some whiskey and there needs to be smoke in the air. Like,
how are you drinking that whiskey, bro? This is a test for you right now. How are you drinking that whiskey?
Oh, I'm not drinking whiskey. I'm drinking tea right now.
No, man. Hypothetically, when you're listening to jazz.
Oh, I'm not a whiskey drinker, so I can't tell you.
Just
I don't even know whiskey names. Like,
know one.
Tennessee, right? Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, that's a state.
Well, that's a state.
Isn't there a bottle like that says Tennessee on it? Like, if Chuck was here, he's like our alcohol knowledge aficionado.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you. No, that was a silly joke. But that twisted tea sounds amazing.
It's delicious. All right, Pie, you top 3 for your vibe right now for the upcoming album.
I would have to say it hasn't changed. I'm really bad with listening to new music as a musician, which is very weird. But I would have to say that right now it has to be always Radiohead. And then
poster in the back too.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, Radiohead, and then I've actually been listening to a lot more Hispanic music. It's been the last few days now, and I'm it's really engraved in my freaking head right now. So that's what I'm gonna
just asked of the last few days.
Last few days, but it's artists that I've been listening to for years now.
Right.
And it's just every time I go back to them, I'm like, God damn it, I'm a Hispanic.
It do be like that.
God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, why is my ass doing that? God damn it. So, I'm going to go with Carlos Vives.
Okay.
And then the Pixies, always the Pixies.
Nice, so. Very nice. Those are solid choices. I'm excited for this new album. Does it have a name yet, or no?
No, and it's funny because nowadays, and I'm sure you see this a lot with I guess newer artists, but nowadays it seems like the album thing is not so important for a new band like ourselves, or not new, but just a band trying to get fans or whatever. It seems like the way to go is kind of split things, you know what I mean? So kind of do more singles, maybe do release 2 songs at a time, and then once you're done releasing everything, then you put it together and you say, oh, this is the album or whatever.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Smash.
Yeah. But that that makes it weird too, because it also kind of makes it it's not necessarily, it wasn't meant to be cohesive. You kind of have to mix all the songs in a way to make them cohesive. You get what I mean? So
yeah, it makes sense.
it's weird. That's actually how the first album was a lot like that. We kind of like all those songs are from like 5 years apart, like weird shit like that, bro. Like,
and it's a solid fucking album. Like,
thank you, man.
I definitely, literally listen to it all the time. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, because I game. That's, I mean, hello, the FooL and Friends, my show, I game. That's what I do, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I put my Spotify up. I got a playlist. Most of the time, I just let the shit run, but every so often, I'll queue up some songs and shit. And, like, yeah, you guys are usually in there. But even not that, like, now my algorithm's like, hey, here's some House of I. And I'm like, thank you. And it's great, you know? Like, it's great when my own friends pop up in my music now. I love it. Like, you guys, Gino, shout out to him. Like, he pops up, and then now Surge in general over here. It's fucking still really weird. But, you know, it's cool. And I'm excited to have more. I definitely am. So, now... have you guys experimented? Because I'm pretty sure I seen, Danny, you might have been, I think I seen, like, you were experimenting with some different instruments that you don't normally fuck with. What about you, Pi? Like,
I have not. I'm very boring.
That's not true. The drum pad.
Very boring, but it's still a drum. That's true. Okay, so I'm fucking around with a drum pad now.
Right.
Which is, you know, it does its own little sounds, which is weird. But it's still percussion. It's still drums and stuff. But yeah, the drum pad, I guess. That's a good point.
Yeah, we're trying to like I do want to like help her learn how to play, you know, a musical instrument. You know, not necessarily a percussive one.
I don't know notes. I don't do notes.
Yeah.
At all. So.
But that it's cool though, because the drum pad. It's electronic, and you can assign musical notes to it. So she can. There's actually we haven't released it yet, but there's a live session that we recorded, and in that live session, Ellie recorded musical notes in it while playing drums at the same time, which is pretty cool.
Right.
You know, it's basically like a synth pad that she was playing. So
yeah,
it was pretty.
I'd
tight.
say that's I was actually talking to you about this the other day. Like, it's so weird to play something like a drum pad because it as silly as this may sound, like you do have to play that drum pad perfectly. For example, with a drum, like, you don't do a fill necessarily exactly the same every time. You don't have to, right? If you're hitting a tom, it sounds right. But with a drum pad, you do have to be, you know, precise, you know, especially with something like that where like it has notes on top of it. It's like literally I have to play the right notes.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and I mean, because it's recorded like soundtracks, like sound bites.
Yeah.
So you can load practically anything in there, from a voice to you know, a click of a can or whatever. You know? So that's pretty cool. Like, now, have you actually fucked around and recorded anything with it? Like, even just fucking off?
No, we haven't. We're gonna probably start doing like kind of like a tracking thing where it gives you like X amount of beats and like you have to play on time with that kind of thing, you know. So that's the closest we've gotten to using it like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, Denny, you've been exploring, obviously. So, what out of the few newer instruments you don't normally fuck with, like, which one has been like, yo, I think I really should start fucking with this?
Well, the one that I've wanted to for a while now, but we just never had the means of it, was the synth and the keyboard.
Okay.
Which, it's not a crazy instrument or anything like that, but I feel like it does transform our sound like by a lot. You know, I think it's a big difference, and it'll be the first time I play it on the 11th, so I'm freaking the fuck out. Yeah, I'm freaking the fuck out, bro. Like, I feel like my hands are gonna be fucking like this the whole time, and I'm gonna fucking mess up and shit. But
well, you know, the best part is so again, I will be there. My table is reserved,
so you can laugh at me.
And, well, the best thing is I got the table that's like dead center of the stage, you know.
Great.
So you'll be able to. I'm fucking right there, man.
You can just do this to me.
Yes. Yes.
Like that, just disappointed.
There's gonna be all sorts of faces. Like some won't make sense. Like I might just sit there and be like, just for no reason. Like that's how I feel at the moment, and that's a good thing. But also, if so, have you guys got your set list prepared for next week? Yeah.
Yeah. We've been practicing quite a lot actually. So I feel we're pretty comfortable right now with what we're playing. I think we got like 2 more practices before the show, but yeah, it's gonna be, we'll be ready, and I'm excited for that. And we brought on a new member to our band, Jaron Jammer.
Shout out to him.
Plays in Sorry Barb as well, another local band from Tampa.
Okay.
And yeah, he's brand new, so we had to teach him all the songs, and he's done a great job. Like he's learned them super fast, and he's already contributing like creatively to the band and stuff like that. So it's a really positive, we'd say like a really positive energy, for us. And
that's awesome.
I use that word very rarely, energy.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays it's very hard to. I see. Yeah, it's very hard to get that.
Right.
Sorry, my producer is handling some business right now.
You're good, man.
Yep. Well, that might be the wrap of that motherfucker. Anyways, so all right, I like this. I like what I'm hearing. I'm excited for next week. So, random question time, because I like those. They're fun.
Yes.
And I just thought of this literally right now. Because my show, if you guys may have seen the previous episodes, we were doing a lot of movie reviews, TV reviews, and then we've went over to the gaming, streaming. Now I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to start rotating episodes where we got gaming and reviews. In the vein of movies and TV, if you had any one of your songs that could be in either a movie or a series, like a moment, even if it's already done moment, like you've watched the series. Like I know you guys, like for instance, you guys watched obviously a lot of The Office. So like I'm thinking, Pi, you might have been like, what would have been dope in this scene is if our shit was playing right here. You know what I'm saying? So for you, Danny, first, is there like a movie or a scene from a show or anything that you were like, yo, this song could have kind of been cool here?
Yeah, well, shit. It's funny because when you watch shows and you hear music, sometimes, those shows kind of put you on to artists and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to say, I think like the song Life on our album Alienation, I think that one is always like, that one would be a cool song for like a fucking fight scene or a bar scene or some shit like that. I can't think of like a specific show. Oh, you know what? Breaking Bad, bro.
Okay.
Like what the fuck am I? Dude, Breaking Bad, bro. Like just like hit like Walter White, like just fucking killed somebody or some shit, or there's like fire behind him or something.
Shout out to Serbia. Sorry, we had a Zeljinko Milenkovic. I probably fucked that up, brother. I'm sorry. Hello from Serbia. Hello, man. Appreciate you. But yes, Breaking Bad. No, I love that show, man. One of the best TV shows of our era, hands down.
Right.
So, all right, Pi. Was I right with The Office, or is there something else?
I thought of a different one.
Okay.
I thought of a different one. So the thing is, I was gonna say the same fucking song. So I was gonna say the same song.
It's a good fucking song.
It's an easy song to place.
Okay.
But I was gonna say Orange is the New Black with that song.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like just a riot or something happening, and just that song like blaring in the background. That's just good stuff, man. That's good stuff. But we can also do like Frijoles.
Yeah,
like,
Frijoles Bacanos.
Yeah.
Like, that could
the
be
song after it.
Yeah.
Just,
that song, you guys seen Rock and Rolla, right?
Rock and Rollo?
Rock and Rolla. Guy Ritchie film? No?
No.
You don't fuck with Guy Ritchie like that? Lock, Stock, Smoking Barrel?
I've never, I don't even know who that is, bro. I'm
You
not
don't know
gonna
who
lie.
Guy Ritchie is?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, at least I know who.
All right, Pie, thank you. Educate him about Guy Ritchie.
Slap me.
Right?
I will fix this.
Yes.
Okay, I will fix this.
Snatch. Snatch is probably going to be the easiest.
Okay.
You've seen Snatch, right?
Yeah, I've seen that movie. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he has a film, Rock and Rolla, which is love it. In the same vein of Snatch, where the story, like the characters and stories all intertwine and shit. Check that out. But there's a scene that actually you guys mentioned with that song that I was like, that would have been perfect. Like I could see that shit. But yeah, definitely check out that movie. It's fucking Gerard Butler's in that bitch. Tom Hardy. There's a guy, he's in a lot of shit and you know his face and you're like, don't know your name though, bro. He's in there.
Yo,
that guy.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't know any of those people you just mentioned, so.
You know Gerard.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was like, my heart.
Straight up, dude. Tom Hardy, is that like one of the Hardy brothers?
The Hardy Boys? Yes, exactly, actually. That is.
I was about to push him off of his chair. I was about to be like, I can't be seen with you, bro.
This is hilarious. Awesome. All right, so, and on the gaming front, is there a game you guys would want your music in?
FIFA. FIFA, bro. Just because I play that shit so much.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, this guy, when he had Madden back in the day, I heard enough Blink 182 for a lifetime. Like, feeling this. Like, oh, God.
I would want to annoy people that much. I would want to annoy people that much.
Yeah, and
like,
that's
every
cool.
time I turn on this game, that's
right.
that song.
You're hearing me, right?
That's me.
So, in regards to any really, either your previous album, your current upcoming music videos.
Okay, so we actually, I guess we didn't even mention this, but on the 11th, we're releasing a single called Shame, which we also recorded a music video for, so that will also be released after the show at some point. So yeah, we did do one, and that was really fun, man. It was cool. It took us a night, I think, what was it, like 4 hours or some shit like that? No, longer than that. We were prepping for we prepped the whole day for it, so.
Yeah, but the actual video, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, we might as well just do the whole thing.
It was a pain in the ass, bro.
Right. I mean, with that, I don't think it's ever about the process as much so as the product,
Right.
Like, because the process is going to get you the product. So if the process sucks, but it gets good results.
We're going to do it again for sure.
Right.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
So, with the upcoming album, the album, like, do you guys have a timeline? Or are you just like, it happens when it happens?
No, we have about 7 to 8 songs basically waiting to be finished, which means finishing recording, finish mixing and mastering, and we're probably just gonna do them in like not in conjunction, but like basically like one after the other.
Okay.
So we're releasing this song on Friday, right? This Friday we're releasing Shame, and then we already have the idea for the next single, which is it doesn't matter, but Mi Vida is the next one after that we talked about.
Yeah.
And then after that it'll be a different one, and then from there we'll try and figure out like exactly what we want to do with the rest of the songs, but that's kind of the idea. Because like today, bro, you gotta keep people entertained and like coming back for the content. So you want to spread out the content. So it's just like it just makes more sense, to do it that way.
Yeah, the attention span of people doesn't allow for albums anymore, which is bizarre because I grew up wailing through albums. Yeah.
Same
wailing through albums. I mean,
like this is one of those what can you say to your younger individual that they won't understand was buying an album for one song.
Yeah.
Yep. and listening to the whole thing to
and
get
finding
to that one
other
song.
songs.
Yeah.
Or
And then-
realizing that was it.
Yeah. Oh no. You spent like fucking $16-20 on an
Yes!
album just for one song.
Bro. That honestly, actually, we're gonna go around, and Serge, you too. You're participating in this one. So mine, my shameful one, and maybe it's because I'm not the biggest fan, but I only enjoy so much of it. Was Usher's first album. I was like, I bought it, and I was like, I expected like to enjoy a lot more of it than I did.
Right.
No.
I think I had that one too, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I straight up think I had that one too, dude. Because I definitely had an Usher album, but I'm not sure if it was his first. It was the one where he had like his shirt off and he was just like that. Is that the one that you're
that's not
talking
the
about?
one I had. I had the original, the My Way, his first album, and
first.
that was
You
it.
probably missed that one.
Yeah, I may have been too young.
He was a youngling.
That's true. That's true.
He was a youngling.
So, but
But
now
he
besides
fucks with
that,
Usher, though.
right?
But he fucks with
Besides that, though, which album that did you buy that you were like, this is gonna be great. This song's amazing, and you're like, this is it.
Damn.
I have mine.
Okay, you go first. Go ahead, Ellie.
American Idiot by Green Day. I thought that album was going to be fucking... I was like, this is it. This is top notch. Like, I'm like, there's so much better now. Everything. And I like maybe 3 songs off of that album. I was like... Oh.
Heartbroken.
Yeah,
Straight
it was
heartbroken.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
What about you, Danny?
Damn. I think there was a Foo Fighters album that I bought that I remember not really liking too much. I think.
Was it the Foo Fighters or Queens of the Stone Age?
Oh, you know what? I would say Queens of the Stone Age is one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Songs for the Deaf. Like I do like Clockwork a lot. That was a weird sentence, but Songs for the Deaf. I remember I didn't really care for it too much. I should probably give it another listen though, to be honest.
And sometimes you can do that, you know.
Yeah. You should also listen to that Usher album.
Maybe I'll go back to that first album. Sit down with some Cabossier.
Exactly.
The next time we get on, you just have like an Usher shirt, and you're like, bro.
That album?
Bro,
life changed.
I don't know what it was, but it just grew on me. The years have changed. I'm an older man. Usher speaks to me now.
Oh shit! All right, Serge, what was yours? I know you had one.
It's gotta be Silk the Shocker.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that Peter Gabriel?
No, no limit. Soldiers,
horrible rapper. Back in the
Silk
day.
the Shocker, Mystical, Master P.
Mystical's album was dope.
It was,
but the Silk the Shocker was terrible.
Damn.
No, you know, I'll say okay. So I'm a huge fan of Busy Bone, and dude, some of those new, I guess after Alpha and Omega, some of those albums he released were so trash, bro. I was just like, what is he doing, man? Like he was releasing music like crazy, and I still love him, but I was just like, this guy is obviously not. Well, it just seemed like he wasn't putting any creativity, any effort or anything into it. It just seemed like he was just throwing them out there. You know what I mean? And yeah, that was upsetting. I just went on my Busy Bone tyrant right there.
You saw his pouty face? Did you see his pouty face? He was like...
It's very depressed. It's understandable, bro. I mean, you expect a lot, from Busy Bone.
Yeah, dude, The Gift. I mean, come on, that's a gift in its own. I mean,
The Gift
amazing.
was a gift.
That was such a good album.
Yeah. I mean, I can't argue. All right, so let me see what we got here. We got nothing. All right, we can probably. You know what? Let's try. Can we try this? We're gonna try this. All right, we're gonna try some of this Rocket League now, and see how this goes.
I honestly don't know. I don't know how to do that.
I know there's a way we can add each other. There's a way for that. I just don't know quite how exactly. Let me
Because
see.
do you have to? Are you asking for my like online profile, or would it be?
It would
has to
be in the game at the main screen here.
Okay. See, because I didn't receive anything.
Okay, so you're at the main screen though, right?
Yeah.
What's in the bottom left corner there?
It says my name, that D, and I'm a legend.
Ooh, you're a legend.
Serge liked that one.
He did.
He liked that one.
You're a fucking legend, apparently.
Yeah,
Platform.
well, the game thinks so.
Oh, I see. So I'm gonna put. Is there a space, or is it just that
Nope,
D?
it's a capital T H A T and then capital D all together.
Oh, this is all big.
Yeah. You know how I be.
Yo,
It's a small
ridiculous. All right, did you get anything that time? No.
Let's see.
Let's see.
No, because it would be a party invite, right?
I believe so. I'm looking at my friend requests, notifications. Let's see here. I don't know. Ooh, gassy. Excuse me.
Well, Beau, let me ask you a question.
You ask me a question.
Yeah.
Do it.
So, what would you say? You
face.
asked us about the 3 artists. So, what artists are you listening to right now? Like, what
Right
3
now,
artists are
right
you-
now.
Yeah, like
now,
which ones are you enjoying? Which one are motivating you for life?
Motive my life. Funny enough, the Reese Brothers is one of them. Shout out to them. Local band, St. Pete-ish, Tampa-ish.
Okay.
2 kids. They remind me of a lot of the Black Keys. They have their first headlining show ever in July. So I will be definitely going to check them out. They performed at Gasparilla Music Festival like twice now, and they're fire. These kids are fired. They're just turned like I think 19 and 20 or some shit. Or they're youngins, but
the Reese Brothers.
Yeah, the Reese Brothers. It's RIES, if I'm not mistaken, or REIS.
I haven't heard of these guys.
Oh, they're amazing, bro. Absolutely amazing. They've already went on tour with like Chicago and shit. Like they've opened up for some big heads. But them
okay.
There's I want to say pop / indie / fucking like I don't know, like pop indie, I guess. AJR is another one. It's weird. They like the dude he sings a little, but raps a little. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Kind of like 21 Pilots, you know?
Okay.
Kind of like that vibe a little bit, but way more nerdy-ish is the vibe, if that makes sense. I don't know. It doesn't. But AJR, I recommend them, actually. They're pretty good. Their production is stupid. And it's just their beats, everything's mad catchy. Like there's not one song where you're like not kind of like bobbing your head or like I can fuck with this, you know?
Right.
And then probably House of I.
You're so funny, dude.
I mean I say that, but I literally listen to you guys like at least once a day, like usually man. Give or take, you know. Depending on if I'm like playing anything where I use my Spotify, like because there's certain games where I leave the game music, and then there's certain games where I let my other music play. Like Rocket League is a Spotify game because there's no real music, you know.
That's dope, man. That's super dope.
But yeah, you guys are really up there for me. Just because I mean, it's fucking very like flexible. Like I can listen to it at any point in time and be totally cool, you know.
Right.
That's got to be one of the best compliments we've ever gotten.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I can just listen to you guys whenever.
Excellent. I do. It's funny because I have a hard time like. you know, when we've been doing this for, you know, for a little bit now, I would say probably like maybe like 10 years or whatever. And when you haven't really like gained like a, you know, like a decent following yet, it's like hard to think that like you're like, man, it must be the music. The music has to be trash, bro. Like it must be that, because I think as a band, like I have to say, like I think we're pretty darn good, you know, like we're at least entertaining live. You get what I mean? So
well,
you know.
I think part of it is all the marketing, and also with everything that has gone on, like because for a moment you guys were like starting to like, oh, well, we're performing here this week, this here, the low-key little small mini tour you guys did. And then everything that happened was like, fuck you guys. And kind of, you know, it kind of put a stomp into a lot of people. Like, remember, we were even discussing, like, I wanted y'all to headline my birthday fest for that May during the lockdown and shit. Like, so, you know, like, I get it. You know, but I think if you guys continue now and move with everything, I have faith. Like, because you guys got a great sound. Like, it's very smooth. It's, like, familiar, but it's new, which is always good. If you can, like, jump into something like this, have I heard this? No, I haven't, but I like this. You know, like, that's the vibe, you know.
That's good, man. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that, bro. It means a lot hearing that, to be honest. So thank you.
Yeah. And my co-hosts both enjoyed the album, but they both, you know, unfortunately are MRA. Well, Chuck was predetermined. He's on PTO. He's got, you know, dad duty and stuff. So, but Red, my other co-host, he's MIA. He's UTO. He just didn't put in PTO. He didn't notify. You know, might be. It's not a no call, no show, because he did let me know, but he was like, "Oh, I can't make it." I'm sorry.
It may have not helped that we weren't actually coming into the studio too.
No. He just was like, "Oh shit, yeah, fuck," and that was it. That's cool. That's life. You know, you roll with the punches. Yeah, it is what it is. But, yeah, so I don't know. I guess with the Rocket League, we're kind of fucked. So, whatever. But it's cool because you only got a few minutes left. I'm not going to keep you guys all evening. But I'm going to have 2 more questions, I think. Yeah, cool. So, I noticed something. I'm an observatory type person, you know. You got a shirt on that says One Piece.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to bring it full circle. Not One Piece, but I fucks with anime. But we're going to bring it full circle here. There was an anime intro that y'all could record for. And not even one of your songs, but just you could make a song for an anime intro.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah?
Nah, dude.
Dragon Ball Z.
That's whack, bro.
No.
That's whack.
I'm
That's
sorry.
a whack
For
answer.
me,
for
that's
you?
my favorite.
Dragon?
That's my favorite. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If I could take over that intro,
Yo.
which was awesome.
I
Right?
fuck with it. Yes.
Yes. But I want to do that.
Yes.
It have the same energy too.
Yeah.
It has to, because it's badass.
I feel like y'all should, at this point, end up covering at least like one anime intro.
That would be fun.
He's not wrong.
I wouldn't mind that. Actually, like I was mentioning about the hip hop stuff that I wanted to do. I made like a Super Smash Brothers beat.
Bro, I fuck with it. One of our evenings we have is Smash and Lash, where we play Smash Brothers and Quiplash. So,
damn,
yeah,
that's fun. Damn.
Yeah.
Yo, straight up, like when I finish that, I will definitely send that to you, bro.
Yes.
It's
literally
basically
like
Hyrule.
sounds.
Yeah, it's using sounds from the game, and then also it's like based off of the Hyrule theme, but I made like a kind of like an edited like melody to it.
I love
it. But it's like almost like that lo-fi hip hop stuff. You know what I mean?
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Love me some lo-fi.
Yeah.
Shit, mad shit.
Yeah.
But what's your anime though? What's the anime that you would take over that intro?
I would definitely do One Piece, man.
Yeah.
Because you know, look, I love One Piece.
Okay.
The music is just a little corny to me.
Okay.
That's all.
That's understandable.
You know, don't hate me.
So you want to make it better?
Hey.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not gonna make. Let's be honest, I'm not gonna make it better.
Make it worse.
I'm just gonna have a different idea. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
That's all.
Like, hey, you never know. Maybe they do, a live action, and you can be like, hey, I'm gonna make this song.
Dude, that would be such a fun project to like write music for like an anime or something. That would be so tight.
Awesome.
I mean, bro, like Netflix is giving people the opportunity. Like, if you haven't seen, I think it's Yasuke. I think that's how you say it. I watched it. Amazing. It's the Black Samurai. Fucking dope. Check it out. It's like only 6 episodes for the first season. Amazing.
Oh, wow.
And the soundtrack is hip hop. It's by Flying Lotus.
Did we not start that?
No.
You need to.
That sounds dope as shit, dude.
Yeah.
Flying Lotus, hell yeah.
Yeah, I immediately after the first episode immediately went to Spotify and threw like 3 of the songs from the soundtrack into my playlist. Like it's that good. Like immediately. So watch that. But, I mean they're doing these live action adaptations. So, I would love to see y'all cover something though. Like even if it was Rock the Dragon or the One Piece intro or something. And who is that? Is that Pam?
That's Pam.
That's Pam. Beasley!
Stupid slut. Get out of there. No, that would be super dope, bro. I would love that. That's something that you see. Like that's a good idea, bro. Because we did like a cover of The Office, and it's on YouTube and whatnot. But like it would be cool to do something like an anime or something like that. Because like especially things that you're super passionate about, like that's always a cool idea,
Yeah, bro. I mean, and honestly, some of those intros are fire. Like the original Bleach intro, I fuck with that. I do. Yeah. The original Bleach intro was pretty fire. Like, not even gonna lie. Like that shit was pretty hard.
I'm not watching, but my nephew he's like, stop! I need you to listen to this right now. And I was like, this is amazing. He's like, I know. And I was like, fuck yeah, bro.
Dude, I totally want to do the Pokemon one now.
Bro, gotta get your mom. Yo, can I get on there as a Pokemon? No. Can I get on there as a Pokemon?
No.
Can I be like Bulbasaur?
Dude, that would be so funny if you get on as a Pokemon.
Like, I'll just be in the background. Char. Pikachu. Like, I'll get up on there, dog. Get my Pokemon, dog.
That would be so freaking awesome. Hilarious.
I hadn't got to congratulate y'all directly, so this is sort of directly, but the new jam session area, recording area, I seen the videos and the very well done, guys. Very nice. And that's the little back area at the spot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mother and Sweet Law kind of area we have back there.
Yeah.
And oh man, that was a lot of work.
Yeah, 6 months it took us, and it's still not technically done, but it's pretty much it's ready to be used. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's man, yeah, we've already all right. So we made an LLC, House Records LLC. So now it's legit. Yeah, it's a limited liability company, and we plan on recording people in there and using it as a practice space for bands and artists and whatnot. So if you're interested in recording, hit us up. We're pretty cheap because we don't have like extravagant equipment, but we got a pretty nice sized room and we got decent microphones, and I have some experience with mixing and stuff like that.
And you only get better by doing it,
Yeah, legit. So if you like our album, that's basically me and Kenny mixing it. So.
And then you also can be like, you can write it off as training fees. Like, hey, I'm training, so I'm going to give you like 10% off because, I'm not like a master. But, so, all right.
Yeah, if you, do you know Kid Loki?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of
so
course.
her
That's
EP,
my dog.
We, Kid Loki, her and I mixed and produced
her album,
her EP that's out. Yeah,
that shit's fire. By the way, fire. You did a great job on that. I just want to let you know. Oh, you guys froze up. Did we lose them? I'm gonna be real sad because this shit was butter the whole time.
Oh, there you go.
There
you go.
We're back.
We lost you.
Yeah. Okay. But no.
You left off at this.
Yo.
Not cool.
You're not gonna get us.
All right. So, but no, honestly, great work on that. Okay. Well, then this is the last official question of the interview. On that, since you mentioned it, it's your own fault. I think it was the last track on that album. That whole like grimy, like in the closet vibe. Yeah. Loved it. It was like a rough, just like I'm in a room with a microphone. It was like the last track. Loved it. Whose idea was that?
That was Laura's. So
okay.
Basically she was honestly like most of like I helped her a lot with the instrumentation, but she really like led the way of like, you know, she wanted it pretty like stripped down, for example. She didn't want too much going on in it. So she kind of like she had a great job, like a great idea with those things. But that song specifically, she did ask if we should re-record it. And I was like, no, we should leave it like this because it sounds really cool. Like it sounds super lo-fi. So all I really did was I did mix it a tiny bit, but nothing crazy. I just kind of like, there were certain frequencies that were kind of like hard to hear and stuff like that, just to make it pop a little more. But no, that was all her really, to be honest. So she takes the majority, 90% of the credit for that one. But I'm
gonna have to get her in here next. But like you did a great job on that. Like y'all teamed up well. It's a great album. Love that album too, actually. All right, so we're gonna get ready to close it out. I need y'all to go ahead and plug.
So you can mainly find us on pretty much all the social media. So Facebook at House of I, Instagram at House of I. We have links there to the show on our Instagram and Facebook. So if you're interested in that, we also have Spotify. We have a YouTube page. So if you're interested in looking at the podcast, which Beau has been on as well, you can go on our channel and subscribe to that. We haven't been doing the podcast, but I think we're going to do it again. We actually just talked about that today. Nice. We kind of stopped doing it for a bit there just because things got crazy. But, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Linktree, Spotify. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we have two shows.
Oh, two
the
shows.
11th.
Yeah.
And July 3rd.
Yeah, in St. Pete. At the Benz.
So the 11th is at New World Brewery, and then the 3rd is the Benz in St. Pete.
Yeah.
We fucking love playing that place. It's so
I might
nice.
have to come to that one too.
Yeah. You should think
it's
about it.
It's gonna be a dope show for sure.
Like we play that place so well every freaking time we play it. I don't know why. It's just the energy.
Good vibe.
It's just a square room with everyone staring at you. And it's
awesome.
Just good stuff. So,
it's a great place to play, man.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
All right.
So those are our next two coming shows. And you'll be seeing us with our new band member, Jeremy.
Hell yeah.
So.
I'm excited. I'm excited for next week. I'm excited to watch you guys play. It's been a while. I'm fucking amped. All right. Well, thank you guys again for coming in and hanging out and talking shit with us. By the way, keep locked in because, you guys can play along with us next episode when we're back. Some of the quiplash. But yeah, y'all take care. Serge, go ahead and switch us back to studio. And we're going to close it out. Y'all take care. Thank y'all very much again. House of Eyes, ladies and gentlemen, they are out of here. Thank y'all. You're the best. Love y'all. Take care.
Bye.
Thank
you.
Peace. All right. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was House of I. We're going to go close it out for the evening because ain't nobody here. But thank you again, House of I, for coming in and letting me interview, pick your brains, talk some shit, have some fun. June 11th, New World Brewery next week. Go check them out. I'll be there in attendance, hanging out, vibing out. The FooL and Friends Facebook page. Go check it out. Like it, share it, tell your friends. I got things in the work that I'm going to be excited to do with y'all. And we're going to be bringing back the movie reviews, maybe even on our actual next episode. We won't be here next week due to that concert or gig, band, whatever. You know, the event will be there, so I won't be here. And, yeah, but we'll be back after that. And so thank you all for tuning in, liking, sharing, subscribing, bullshitting. Shout out to Serbia. Beau the FooL, capital L. I love y'all. Peace.